Under direct administrative orders, the Pentagon and the FBI have just opened their archives. The newly established Pursue program has released a database of 162 highly classified documents, providing the first official look at non-human metrics and deep-layer military operations. Before we audit these files, I want to check the pulse of the room. If the government provided concrete evidence of non-human intelligence today, would you panic? You can cast your vote in the poll card on your screen. These folders show that the modern recovery era didn't actually start in the American Southwest. According to the internal records, it began in northern Italy on June 13, 1933. Following the crash of an unconventional metallic craft, the Mussolini regime formed an ultra-secret group known as Cabinet RS-33. To lead the attempt at reverse engineering the technology, they recruited the inventor of radio, Guglielmo Marconi. We are going to audit 3 specific files from this database to understand exactly what the state has been hiding, how they managed the public narrative for 8 decades, and why that wall of secrecy is now coming down. Records indicate the Italian craft was quietly transferred to the United States military in 1944. This acquisition gave Washington its first physical platform of non-human intelligence, or NHI, technology. By July 1947, the infamous Roswell crash forced a change in strategy. The military moved into a containment phase to manage a sudden influx of public reports. Within 24 hours, the Roswell debris and biological humanoid entities were removed from the site. Their destination was Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, specifically a facility known as Hangar 18. To maintain control over these recoveries, the military launched several initiatives. Project Sign initially looked at extraterrestrial origins before its conclusions were destroyed. It was replaced by Project Grudge, which was mandated to systematically misidentify every reported sighting as a conventional object. The era ended with Project Blue Book. After investigating over 12,000 cases, the state closed the project in 1969 with a bureaucratic shield, no threat to national security. The CIA's Robertson panel took it further, hiring media houses and psychologists to mock the subject in the press. If you never believed the weather balloon explanations, drop a UFO emoji in the comments. These documents suggest that the government ran a psychological operation against its own citizens for decades. The goal was to secure enough time to reverse engineer NHI technology in total secrecy. Let's open the second file. The cover-up eventually failed because the volume of fresh data became impossible to suppress. The 2026 archive includes Apollo mission transcripts describing lunar anomalies and whistleblower reports that could no longer be dismissed as theory. Recent leaks even detail federal employees tracking massive glowing orbs, some described as looking like the Eye of Sauron, that demonstrated erratic movement patterns entirely outside of standard physics. The third file details a tactical encounter from October 30, 2024. A U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drone tracked a highly dense, rotating glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. According to the official tactical logs, the drone operator fired a Hellfire missile directly at the anomaly. Upon impact, the missile hit an impenetrable, invisible energy shield. The warhead detonated against this barrier without reaching the craft. The explosion failed to alter the orb's velocity or composition. It simply continued its flight path, completely unaffected. This encounter forced tactical commanders to realize that their primary defense systems are built to counter an adversary using different physics. The logs suggest that current human ballistics are ineffective against these specific platforms. If these platforms are immune to our weapons, we have to look at the ultimate question posed by these files. Where are they coming from? The declassified files highlight 2 hypotheses. Jacques Vallée proposes the interdimensional hypothesis. These entities coexist in higher dimensions rather than traveling from distant stars. By momentarily entering our 3D space and vanishing back, they appear to shift vectors instantly without losing velocity. The second theory is Dr. Michael Masters' future human hypothesis. He argues these humanoids are actually our own descendants. Their biological markers, oversized craniums and flattened facial features, mirror established hominin evolutionary trajectories, suggesting they are traveling back in time to map their own lineage. I want to see the debate in the comments. Based on what we've seen, which theory makes more sense? Higher dimensions or time travel? Why did the state keep this secret for 80 years? The files cite the risk of ontological shock, the realization that human institutions are not the apex authority on this planet would force a structural reevaluation of our social, religious, and political systems. This May 2026 data drop is likely just a controlled disclosure, a trailer for what's coming next. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you can join our next audit when the unredacted military data leaks in the coming months.